Gilby Clarke's name is often associated with his high-profile stint as the rhythm guitarist for Guns N' Roses during one of the most tumultuous periods in the band's history. But behind the fame and spotlight lies a much darker and far more complicated journey that many fans have never fully understood. Born in Cleveland, Ohio, Gilby moved to Los Angeles to chase his musical dreams, entering a rock scene that was as cutthroat as it was glamorous. The early years were a brutal struggle, as he played in several bands that failed to gain commercial traction, including Candy and Kill for Thrills, both of which showed promise but ultimately fell short in the competitive world of rock music. These disappointments chipped away at Gilby's confidence, forcing him to grapple with self-doubt while continuing to fight for his place in an industry that often chews up and spits out even the most talented musicians. His big break, finally, came in 1991 when he was asked to replace Izzy Stradlin in Guns N' Roses at the height of their fame during the Use Your Illusion tour. On the surface, it seemed like a dream come true. Clarke was joining one of the biggest bands in the world, playing massive arenas to legions of adoring fans. But behind the curtain, the reality was far from glamorous. The band was embroiled in internal chaos, with tensions running high between members, fueled by egos, addictions, and conflicting visions for the group's future. As a newcomer, Gilby was thrust into a volatile environment where alliances shifted daily, and his position was always precarious. Unlike some of his bandmates, Gilby tried to stay clear of the most destructive excesses, but he was still surrounded by the non-stop partying, erratic behavior, and internal drama that plagued Guns N' Roses during this period. Adding to the pressure was the fact that, despite being an official touring member, he was never fully integrated into the creative core of the band, which left him feeling like an outsider even as he stood on stage with them night after night. The stress of walking that tightrope between living the dream and knowing his role was never truly secure took a mental and emotional toll on him. His time with Guns N' Roses came to an abrupt end in 1994 when Axl Rose fired him without much explanation, leaving Gilby blindsided and forced to once again rebuild his career from scratch. Post-GNR, Gilby struggled to regain the same level of visibility he had briefly enjoyed. Although he released several solo albums and worked with other artists, the shadow of his time in Guns N' Roses continued to loom over his career, often overshadowing his individual talent and creative ambitions. The music industry's fickle nature made it difficult for him to fully escape the GNR label, and the constant questions about his firing and his relationship with Axl only added to his frustrations. Despite these obstacles, Gilby Clarke has shown remarkable resilience, continuing to tour, write, and perform while maintaining his integrity and love for music. His story is a sobering reminder of how even those who reach the pinnacle of success can be pulled into the darker currents of the music world, where behind the fame and fortune lies emotional isolation, constant pressure, and battles for personal identity that most fans never see.